Alright, Alex, start.
I did.
Okay, Shidletsky, reset, and start spectating. Alright, that's good. Drivers finally now lining up for the final main race at Road America. It's like our 91 car and our 48 car. 91 after getting compensated for what happened in Heat 3, now leading the race on pole positions. Green flag's gonna wave. Lindsay immediately going to the right. He's gonna get that good inside. Multiple cars getting better starts than the other. Looks like you're gonna make a single file line immediately. Lindsay, after going wide for a little bit, falling all the way to the back. The 48's gonna get that inside on the 91. He might not hold it for long though. With the 91 potentially look for a switchback. The 49 immediately making contact with the wall. But he's going to be able to catch up as it's not too far back. Now the 12 and the 48 side by side for the lead. The 91 of John right behind them, trying to make a move later on, potentially squeeze through the middle, potentially go on the inside or outside. Let's see what he decides to do coming into the next corner. Looks like he breaks. Trying to send the 5 back a little, maybe get the bump draft from him. Now here comes the 32 of Civic, making an inside move, trying to dive on it, but it's not going to work. The 48 clears for the lead. Now the 12 turning the 32. The 32 manages to save it. What a save! I think the number 2 of Catastrophic is going to get that inside on the 12 of Sturdy. 32 is trying to hold that inside line. The 2 gets a little bump from that. Now getting that bump draft from the 12. The 48 now making a breakaway, and it's 3 wide for second place. Potentially 4 wide if Hockey tries to make it. Brady and Hockey now side by side. As Hockey made an inside move. I think the 5 Israel might have gone in there for grass for a second. Civic's going to go in the grass as well. It's going to send him pretty far back and out of the draft train. They don't want to be in that position. In the final 3 corners, Uber is still leading. His lead slowly getting diminished, though. The 49 getting a pretty good run. Hockey trying to close that distance and get right beside Uber, potentially in front of him later on. Off with our first lap of the day now done. Racers now in little established positions. With the 49 spinning out of nowhere, they might have got spun. Sent all the way to the back yet again. They are not doing good at Road America. Cars are 3 wide. The 12 is screen now, sending multiple cars straight into the grass. So both of them are going to save it in the meantime. The 12 now getting right behind the 48 bumper. Closing that distance, now trying to look on the outside in the meantime. Grass potentially trying to get behind them again, look for an inside move later on, but no. They're going to keep side by side for second place. It's a 3 wide battle behind them. 2 Catastrophic now backing out. 48's going to maintain that inside line. The 12 still behind them, as well as Lindsay now catching up to the rest of the pack. What are we doing? The 48 still in the front. 12 trying to catch up in the meantime. They've been a pretty good contender all this race. After winning the last D5 main event, they are trying to make that back-to-back victory. 48's going to clip the grass. That's going to slow them down heavily. 12 now bumper to bumper with the 48 looking on the inside. See what they can do. Looks like they will get that inside. 48's going to try to shove them off the track. They're going to slow down. A little pile-up coming up, collecting the 5. Uber's falling all the way back to 4th with 2 other cars. Looks like they might have gotten a little bit of a lag spike. Meanwhile, the 30 now charging in the front, being supported by the 32 of Civic. Into the final 3 corners. The 12 trying to turn Civic for a moment. 30 is not playing nice out here today. They want these drivers all the way in the back. In the final corner, it's like a Civic is trying to make a move on Lindsay there, but it's not going to work. A battle between Chevy and Honda in the front. Off in lap 3. 12 trying to hold off the 5 and 2 in the meantime. They do not want either of them to pass. Cars in a great battle up here in the front and the back. Pack has never really dispersed that far. No, please. Car going to the wall there? Never mind. It's like the 49 is slamming into the 91 of John, trying to send them off track. Meanwhile, Lindsay and Civic are breaking away. not want these other drivers to be near them. That is not going to hold for long, though, as a huge draft train getting right on behind them. We're going to start catching up. It's catastrophic. Now side by side with Skirty. Looks like Uber now going to fall all the way back yet again. It's a three-way battle for the lead now. Lindsay leading with Skirty and Catastrophic right behind them, trying to close that distance. A few of them almost hit the wall for a moment, but they managed to steal that turn perfectly. Lindsay trying to hold that inside line, see if he could potentially extend that breakaway, but not going to work. Catastrophic now in second place, trying to hold off Skirty and get up to Lindsay in the meantime. Several cars battling in the back. A few of them going to the grass. It looks like to be the 49 of Hackey, making collision with the 91 of John for a moment. That's going to send Hackey all the way to the last place. Catastrophic now bumper to bumper with Lindsay in the front, trying to make some sort of move, trying to make something happen. Now they're going on the inside. They get slowed down by the grass in the final turn. Lindsay holding that line perfectly. They're keeping that first place, not letting it go for a moment. Trying to hold off Catastrophic and Skirty at the moment, because Skirty is a very, very good driver from what we've seen out here tonight. They do not want to be in the front for these other racers. They want to keep him out of first place. So Catastrophic now clearing for first place. Skirty right behind them, potentially looking to make an inside move later on. Crowd's right behind these three, trying to catch up in the meantime. Looks like they're led by the 49 of Hackey in fourth place. Several cars side by side behind them, potentially a 3 wide, 4 wide. It's like Skirty diving on the inside. Now they're going to slam to the number 2. That's going to send them far wide. Now it's a 3 wide for first. Hackey now getting that inside. Lindsay's going to back out. 32 sending to the 48. The 5 of Israel trying to make an inside move, claw his way up there. Not going to work. Never mind, they're going to get that draft off of the 49 of Hackey. They're going to send the 48 to the wall. Israel filing out here tonight. 48 of Uber now all the way in the last after that catastrophic incident. Speaking of catastrophic, in third place, now right behind Civic. 30 in first. Civic trying to jeopardize that, get them out of that position. They're going to slam into the 2 of Catastrophic, sending them second to last, right behind Uber and right in front of Uber and right behind John. In the front, Civic and Skirty side by side. Israel making that inside move on the last 3 corners. Now they're in front, right in front of those 2. Lindsay trying to look around, see if they can make a move later on, potentially on the final quarter. So they're going to hold back for now, going to send the 91 wide. 49 makes contact with 2 of Catastrophic for a moment. I think they're all going to generally save it. 49 gets bumped by the ramp, and they're going to be sent quite far back. 5 of Israel now leading his first lap of the day. Giant draft train behind him, the 48 spins! The 48 yet again sent all the way back. This has not been a good race for them. 5 of Israel trying to hold that inside, they will. Meanwhile, the 49 diving into the grass, making a huge outside turn, trying to make it a little outside move, but they're going to go too far. They're going to go wide into the grass. The 2 of Catastrophic now catching up to the field yet again, looking to support Skirty in the meantime. Interesting decision considering Skirty is a very good driver from what we've seen. He might be able to take the points lead later on. I think they're going to support Catastrophic in the meantime. Paul is a very strategic driver from what we've seen. They're trying to make these moves. I think they're going behind now, playing the 49 and the 35. 5 is still in the lead. Israel maintaining that lead by a strong margin. The 2 potentially looking to jeopardize that. So is a 30, making an inside move side by side, now clearing for second place. Now right behind Israel. Yet again, a 3-way battle for the lead. The lead has so far seen 3 cars at once contend for it. Israel's going to send the 30 into the grass. So it's a 2 and the 49. Off in the final 3 corners. Lindsay's going to hold that inside lane as they clear for the lead. Israel's going to jeopardize that yet again as they send him into the 32 and get that lead right back off in the final 2 corners. Israel and Lindsay side by side, seeing what moves they can make. Here comes Skirty now potentially on the inside. They're going to support 32 in the meantime. Civic getting that boost from them, so is Israel. They're going to lead their second lap. Civic right behind them. Israel trying to hold that inside. Never mind, they get turned by Civic. Now on the outside, Skirty looking on the inside, trying to get that inside move, trying to get all the way in the front yet again. Looks like that's going to work for them as they send the 32 and 5 bit wide. The 3 wide action now. It's like John not wanting that. They're going to go into the grass, try to slow themselves down a little bit, get them out of that 3 wide. Skirty now leading, 32 on his tail. 12 of Skirty now going into the grass yet again. Looks like they do not want this lead. It's like a wreck happening back at 49 of Hockey. And the 12, Lindsay, all the way in the back. Race control is going to say no caution. 2 cars, though. 2 cars are going to go wide. It's going to be the 32 and the 5 of Civic and Israel, respectively. Israel trying to hold 3rd place right now against John. It's like John's going to make that inside move, though. Skirty now on the front yet again, surprisingly not backing out this time. He wants to extend that and breakaway. Looks like several cars, including the 91 of John, going into the grass in that moment. Not liking that long left right-hander. It's like Skirty's got that 3-second breakaway to what he need right now. 32 and the 48 now in a battle for second. Seeing what they can potentially do in the meantime. Skirty's going to go into the grass for a moment. They do not want that as their lead closes in. 32 now potentially having a good turn. Potentially having to move in these last 3 corners here. That's the cars in the battle behind them. Looks like they're going 3 wide for a moment. In the final corner, Skirty trying to hold that position. Looks like that's going to work. 2 cars into the tire barrier. It's going to be Israel and John both slamming into that wall. 49 using that advantage, trying to get in front of them and potentially back to the pack. It's a 4-way battle for the lead now between Uber, Catastrophic, Civic, and Skirty, who has his lead close in. Off into turn 1. Skirty is going to make a dive on the inside line, trying to hold that position. Looks like that's going to work for him, holding off all these 3 cars at once. Now 4 cars at once as Lindsay joins the group. Trying to extend his breakaway, see if he could potentially get away from the pack. He does not want to be around these cars. The number 2 Catastrophic getting a great run though as they get a bump track boost off of Lindsay and potentially Israel. 3 wide now. Looks like Civic makes that inside move. So does Uber. Catastrophic now in the lead as they clear Skirty. Several cars into the grass with a little collision there. Now the positions have completely shifted. Catastrophic and Uber now side by side. Skirty in 3rd. Now 3 wide in the lead. Looks like Uber's going to back out a little. Does not want to be in that 3 wide, especially coming into this long right-hander. Trying to look for a switchback. It's not going to happen. They're too slow. It's a 4 wide battle for the lead. Uber slamming Lindsay into the grass for a moment, but it's not going to work. They're not going to let this stick. Off in the final few corners, looks like Skirty now has the inside on Lindsay for a moment, but now Lindsay taking that back, taking that 3rd place spot. Uber looking to support Catastrophic in the meantime. Lindsay backing out. They do not want to be there, especially in that chaotic position. Catastrophic and Uber in a battle for 1st place. Skirty diving now for 2nd, now potentially 1st yet again. They're in a drag race with the 48, now right next to each other. It was by the wire, but I think the 12 led that lap. If he keeps going, this might be cemented most laps led. They're going 4 wide now. Several cars colliding with each other. 4 wide now, drastically making payback. It's like the 30 got the worst of it as they're now all the way in the back. Lindsay not having that. It's like the Hockey and Uber now making collision with each other into the grass. Catastrophic now in the lead yet again. They have been one of the front runners for this entire race. Now trying to extend that lead, see if they can potentially get in the front. Trying to make some sort of move to keep that lead going. Taking that truck a little slow there to make it tighter. It's like the 12 now going blind. First huge mistake of the run. We send them all the way to 5th. Might have been a decision. Might have been a wrong move. 32 now looking to jeopardize number 2's lead. Well, side by side for third place. Looks like the 2 is going to gain that inside, and they're going to hold it well, but the 32 potentially has a sniff at the inside. They're going to be too slow to make it happen. Looks like the 2 trying to hold that lead on. Meanwhile, multiple cars in a battle behind them, especially Uber and Skirty, who seem to be side by side. Skirty trying to claw his way back up after that mistake earlier. Several cars, including the Israel 5, now charging through the field, trying to take that lead back. He does not want to be in last at the moment. And the final 3 corners, Skirty on the inside, now taking the lead from the number 2 of Catastrophic. Not clear yet, but he will be after this corner as he has the inside. So is the 32 Civic, potentially going to gain a run now. The 12 now potentially cementing most laps led off in the final 2 laps. Wait to see if race control says no caution from here on out. So far, it looks like there will be still caution. So the 91's hanging and bonging back and forth. Several cars, including the number 2 of Catastrophic, getting sent into the grass all the way to the back. A little 4-wide action for a moment. The 32 sending the 48 into the wall. The 32 is going to get major payback from that, though, as they barrel right into the grass. The 12 of Skirty now breaking away. Race control finally confirming that no cautions will be held from here on out. Looks like Uber's going to make a great move, trying to get on that inside of Lindsay. They're going to go wide on that corner, though. That's going to send them all the way back. Skirty going to get a massive breakaway. 4 seconds now. Racers trying to catch up in the meantime, but they are just not going to have it. They need to work together, and right now they are battling for second place. Not something you want to see. It is something you want to see if you are Skirty, though, as you are now breaking away, trying to take this lead off of these other cars. Looks like that will happen. 30 of Lindsay trying to break away from the pack, see if they could potentially catch up to Skirty in the meantime, now only 2 seconds away. Cars are way more focused on battling than supporting each other. It's something you might not want to see if you're one of these back runners here, like John or Israel. It's like 30 of Lindsay now finally catching up to the number 12 of Skirty. In the meantime, looking on the inside, outside, seeing what moves they want to make. They're going to go on the inside, but they're going to have the outside for this corner. Maybe you're looking for a switchback. Maybe they're looking to get a run off the corner. Looks like they will now. They're on the inside of Skirty. They're finally not clear anymore. Skirty is going to lead this lap, though. They have definitely cemented their most laps led into the final lap, into the white flag. Lindsay's going to get that lead now. They're side by side, still into the first corner, though. I think Lindsay's going to have that inside, but they break a little. It's going to give Skirty the outside run, still side by side. Several cars in a battle behind them, including Uber and Israel side by side for third place. Israel's going to fall quite back, though, making contact. The 49 of Hockey in the back. Both of them are going to get sent wide. Israel absolutely demolishing Hockey. That's going to ruin their own run in the meantime. 12 to 30 still in a battle for first place. Ooh, the 12 shoving the 48 into the wall yet again. The 48 has tasted that wall more times than we can count.
It's already turning.
Might get compensated for that on the last lap. 30 now looking for a switchback to get that outside run. It's not going to work coming into this long right-hander. Skirty has the inside. Bad move by Lindsay, but now they might look to take that back.
Okay, so it's going to be a 1v1 between me and Lindsay. Okay, man.
Might be looking at a drag race for the line here, as these two have been very good competitors.
And get into my inside.
Now they're side by side. Looks like the 30 is going to back out. See if they could get a better inside line coming into the final 3 turns. The 2 of Catastrophic now joining the pack, as well as 2 other drivers. It's a 5-way battle for the lead. Several cars are going to turn. That's going to be the 32, the 30, and the 12. Now side by side for the lead. 12 is going to have the inside, but they're going to remain side by side. They're trying to get that side graph side by side for the lead. Wheel to wheel, see if they can do anything. Looks like the 12, the 30. Who won that? It was a photo finish. We're waiting for race control to finally confirm the results.
Oh my god, I think I just won. Boom. My heart's
Looks
actually pumping.
like
Yo.
that far back, dude. Why is the race ending in 10 seconds?
Uber is still going.
Waiting for results. The number 12 of Sturdy, barely winning. Check the leaderboard, check the leaderboard, check the leaderboard, check the leaderboard, check the leaderboard. Oh, God damn it.
I got it.
Okay, how close
Lindsay
was
was second. Point 0.015. It's in D5 chat.
check the that is crazy. Great move by all these racers out here and great driving. You'll love to see it out
Anyone
here in
want?
D5.
If y'all want interviews, then raise your hand. Shit.
What Alex said. Looks like Hacky raised his hand first. Bring Hacky up here.
Where's my stage? Yeah.
Hacky raised his hand first.
Yep, there you go.
30 is noob. Alright, Hacky, you can come up now.
Alright, hello.
Saw that
Hello, everybody.
catastrophic event with you and Israel at the last moment. Saw you decided to retire from that race. What happened between you two?
Yeah, I decided to retire from the race. The whole time there was heavy fighting, and on the track like Road America, which is a very difficult track, and the road course, it was difficult to maintain positions, especially as a new driver. Now I don't know about Israel, if he's a new driver as well or not. I don't want to blame him or anything. But we were constantly running into each other and bumping into each other and running each other into the grass, and it was not a great race for me. Road America is not one of my favorite tracks, definitely.
All right, as this weekend's rookie driver, how do you feel about that race? Is there anything you potentially would have liked to do better, or anything you would have liked to see out of other drivers?
Honestly, the yesterday's race at Michigan was better for me. I was kind of getting the hang of it. This race, I should have just stayed at the back until the last few laps and try to fight my way up to the at least top 5, if anything else. In that fifth corner on Road America on the last lap, I got wasted and shoved into the grass. And later on, I hit the wall 2 times, and I said, "You know what? That's it. I retire. I can't do this anymore." I was shoved into the grass 2 times. Whenever I gained positions, and I was in like top 3, and I was on the straightaway at the finish. I I hit the bump and somebody spun me out like 2 times. It happened 2 times, so very unfortunate. It's a first of all, it's a hard track. Second of all, it's a little bit broken. So, yeah.
All right, and finally, before you leave here, are there any words you would like to say for these drivers?
No, not really, except for, y'all are very good drivers. Goddamn.
All right, thank you for coming up
Tough
here.
racing. No problem. See ya.
Definitely see you racing later. Good luck for your final
Thank
few
you.
weeks. And the next person to raise their hand was Skirty. Please let them up. So,
No.
Skirty, great job there on the racetrack. I saw you making your back-to-back win and your insane battle out there with Lindsay. Great job by you making 2 wins in a row. What do you say about that race?
Can you repeat that question again? I couldn't hear.
It was a great battle by both you and Skirty out there. for both a back-to-back win and probably the most insane finish we have seen so far for first. How do you think about that win?
It was a hard fought win. When I say what you call it, I got distracted on lap 9, I believe, when coming to that like left kink onto the like long backstretch and like sector 3 or whatever. I got distracted by something in my room, and then I accidentally hit the A key, which put me in the grass, which lost me like 2, 3 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, I might have just sold this race. And then Lizzie got into my draft, and I knew that, well, God dang. And this is gonna be a hard fought battle. Um, During like lap 10, sector 2, I think it was like coming out of the what you call it, the corner that almost everyone McLovitz is on. Lizzie put a great move on me. I go to the outside lane, try to do a switchback, then Uber comes out of nowhere, mid corner, dives bombs me. He spins around, hits the inside wall, and then just murks everybody. And I knew, and then I knew since that moment it was gonna be a 1v1 between me and Lindsay. So I knew I had to lock in, dude. And dude, I
Ah,
don't know why, because coming out the final call, I don't know why Lindsay didn't get a good run. She should have just like blasted me. She should have had a good run. She didn't even touch the grass. I went full cutting for the grass, but I got a better run than hers somehow. But we take these, I guess. Great battle, great finish. Great respect for each driver. And we love to see great D5 racing.
all right. So for the event that happened on lap 10 around sector 3, I'm pretty sure he said it was. How do you feel about the crash between Israel and Hockey that took the number 49 out of the race?
Can you repeat that question again? Sorry, I was not paying attention.
That's crazy, bro. After the wreck that happened down on lap 10, sector 3, between the 49, the 5 of Hockey and Israel, which took the 49 out of the race, what do you have to say about that event?
Um, I gotta say, it's just D5 racing, but y'all, some people do need to learn that even if it's the last lap, y'all do not need to be going for desperate moves. As you clearly saw, I was thinking, like, even you mentioned it out multiple times during the race. I was thinking strategically, and that's why I was always out in front. And I only made one, like that, sorry, not one, two singular mistakes, two singular big mistakes during that whole race because I was thinking strategically. That's it. Like some people, like last lap, need to think strategically, and as you can clearly see, it won me the race. It won me the Michigan race. So I think people need to start thinking more strategically on the last lap and maybe even this penultimate lap. That you just need to think strategically. And just like maybe you can get a win, maybe you can get a top 2. Who knows? If you just keep doing and like, if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're not gonna win. Nobody's gonna be happy with you. You're gonna have enemies. You're gonna get penalties. Speaking of penalties, I will admit I was not the cleanest. I think I gained like a -6 today. Yes, despite that being front most of the race and kind of just like being away from the pack, I will admit I think I have a -6 penalty on my head. Not gonna lie. I'd be surprised if
All
any
right.
D5 driver today has under -4. I'd be very surprised.
All right. Final question for the day. I noticed multiple times, especially throughout the early laps of this race, when you had a shot at a lead, you were backing out by going through the grass. Was this an intentional decision, and why did you do it?
Yeah, it was intentional most of the time. Most of the time, I would try to get like the widest exit possible and accidentally go into the grass. So I just have to like fully go into the grass to not do a dangerous rejoin most of the time. So yeah, but most of the time, yeah, it was just me backing out, thinking strategically. Yeah.
All right, then. Great racing by you. I wish to see the best of you later on. Wish you
All
the
right.
best of luck.
Wish you the
Thank you
best
for
of luck.
coming up for tonight, Mr. Skirty.
No problem. Have a great day.